Have you ever pondered the implications of a world where the ultra-rich could hide their wealth, evading taxes and perhaps even the law? In this seemingly parallel universe, the concept of tax havens takes center stage, providing the wealthy with an opportunity to safeguard their fortunes in ways that most of us can hardly imagine. Tax havens are essentially jurisdictions offering low or zero tax rates to foreign investors, but there's more to it than just tax advantages. These havens are also known for their strong privacy laws, making it easy for the super rich to keep their financial affairs under wraps. Now let's delve into the intriguing world of free ports. Think of them as high-security vaults scattered across the globe, where precious goods can be stored tax-free. From priceless works of art to luxury cars and vintage wines, these secure warehouses are home to some of the world's most valuable assets. But how does this system work? Simple. These goods are technically in transit even if they remain in these warehouses for years. As such, they're exempt from customs duties and VAT, offering a significant financial advantage to their owners. What makes this system even more appealing to the super rich is the level of anonymity it offers. The owners of these assets can choose to remain unknown, further safeguarding their wealth and privacy. However, as beneficial as this system may seem for its users, it's not without its flaws. While it's perfectly legal, it's also a fertile ground for tax evasion and parallel trade. High-value goods can be bought and sold within these warehouses, in transactions that often lack transparency. Moreover, this system fosters a culture where key works of art can be kept hidden away from public view for an extended period. Museum officials frequently lament the fact that these secret storages allow certain masterpieces to vanish into thin air, kept away from the appreciative eyes of the public. This system, though highly beneficial for its users, has a darker side, encouraging tax evasion and shady transactions. As we journey further into this secretive world, it's worth pondering how these practices shape the global economy and our shared cultural heritage. The art world might not be the first place you'd think to look for tax evasion, but you'd be surprised. It's become a safe haven for wealth, a refuge for the super rich to stow away their prized possessions, their valuable artworks, and their untold fortunes. Take, for example, the Salvator Mundi, a masterpiece painted by none other than Leonardo da Vinci. This depiction of Christ the Savior was once part of the collections of 3 kings of England. It was sold for a whopping $400 million, an amount that makes the mind reel. But it's not just about the money. The art market has long since moved beyond mere artistic qualities. Confidentiality is the name of the game in the art world. It's a place where tax evasion can flourish, where fortunes can be hidden away, out of sight and out of mind. And where is the Salvator Mundi now, you might ask? It's likely tucked away in a customs warehouse, hidden from public view. And the Salvator Mundi is not alone. Each year, the art market in New York sees around $25 billion worth of art traded. Much of it ends up not in museums or private collections, but in highly secure warehouses known as free ports. These are the art world's secret stashes, the places where valuable artworks disappear from the public eye. Fritz Dietl, an art forwarder, has seen this shift firsthand. He's transported countless priceless paintings to auctions and galleries, and in recent years he's been delivering ever more artworks to free ports. He's even transported the Salvator Mundi, he says. The disappearance of these artworks is not without consequence. As Austrian curator Alfred Weidinger notes, when art disappears for 10, 15, 20 years, it gains a certain mystique. Public interest surges and some are willing to pay big money for a glimpse of these hidden treasures. Artworks like the Salvator Mundi, worth millions, vanish from the public eye, hidden away in these secret storages. The journey to understanding these mysterious storages begins in New York, the world's most important art market. Here, art and expensive collectibles change hands to the tune of around $25 billion annually. In the heart of this bustling market, we find figures like Austrian-born Fritz Dietl, an art forwarder. Dietl's job is to transport priceless paintings to auctions and galleries in custom-made crates. He's seen firsthand how the boom on Wall Street has spilled over into the art world. In the early 90s, an artwork worth $1 million would cause a stir. Today, it takes $100 million to even raise eyebrows. But in recent years, Dietl's deliveries have taken a different turn. More and more, he's delivering artworks not to museums or galleries, but to extremely secure warehouses known as free ports. He's even transported Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, the world's most expensive painting, which has been notoriously missing since its sale in 2017. So what exactly are these free ports? Originally considered as temporary transit zones, free ports have evolved into impenetrable fortresses for the world's most coveted treasures. From Singapore to Luxembourg via Switzerland, this discreet service is booming, providing the super-rich a safe haven for their precious goods. Works of art, luxury cars, vintage wines, you name it. Free ports offer these owners anonymity and exemption from customs duties and VAT. But it's not just about the financial perks. The art market is seen as a safe haven in its own right. With the world becoming an increasingly dangerous place, artworks are viewed as stable assets where the super-rich can park their wealth. But as we'll see in the coming scenes, this system isn't without its controversies. Critics argue that it encourages tax evasion and parallel trade, and allows key artworks to be stolen from public view for a long time. In recent years, more and more artworks are delivered not to museums, but to these extremely secure warehouses known as free ports. The disappearance of artworks into free ports has far-reaching implications. Consider the perspective of someone like Alfred Weidinger, an Austrian curator who frequently grapples with a unique kind of obstacle, securing paintings for exhibitions that are, in fact, stowed away in these very free ports. As he navigates the art world, Weidinger often finds himself knocking on doors that lead to impenetrable vaults rather than galleries. These vaults, filled to the brim with masterpieces that the world yearns to see, remain under lock and key, often for decades on end. The art, as a result, doesn't breathe. It doesn't inspire. Instead, it silently gathers an aura of mystique in the cold confines of a free port. From a curator's perspective, this is a troubling trend. Art, after all, is meant to be experienced, to be pondered upon, to be a catalyst for thought and emotion. When significant works of art disappear into the shadows, it's not just the art world that suffers. It's the public as well, who are robbed of the chance to engage with these masterpieces. But what happens to the art itself? Weidinger believes that when a work of art disappears from public view for 20 to 30 years, it acquires a certain allure. This absence, this invisibility, paradoxically makes the artwork more visible in the public imagination. It becomes something of a legend, its value potentially rising with each passing year of obscurity. A painting shrouded in mystery, after all, is far more intriguing than one hanging in a museum. The intrigue, the curiosity, the longing to witness the unseen. All of these elements can drive up the value of a hidden artwork. This leads us to a rather ironic conclusion. By disappearing into the clandestine world of free ports, artworks may not just be escaping the public eye, but also increasing their worth. The covert storage of art doesn't just hide it from the public view, it also potentially increases its value. But what drives collectors to store their precious artworks in these hidden storages? According to Swiss lawyer and art market expert Monica Roth, the motives are manifold. On the surface, it's about security. These free ports offer an unprecedented level of safety for these invaluable pieces. From climate-controlled environments to state-of-the-art security systems, they ensure that these masterpieces are kept in optimal conditions, safe from theft, damage, or degradation. Yet there's more to it than just protection. The financial advantages are also significant. By storing their art in free ports, collectors can avoid hefty customs duties and taxes. As these facilities are technically in transit zones, the artworks are not subject to the tax laws of any specific country. This allows collectors to keep their assets liquid, ready to be sold or transferred at a moment's notice without incurring additional costs. Another reason lies in the nature of art as an investment. Art, unlike other assets, appreciates over time. By keeping it out of public view, collectors can create a sense of scarcity, increasing its value. A masterpiece locked away for decades can re-emerge on the market as a long-lost treasure, commanding astronomical prices. Finally, there's the element of anonymity. The art world values discretion, and free ports offer just that. Transactions can be conducted without disclosing the identity of the buyers or sellers, which can be attractive for those who prefer to keep their dealings private. Yet, despite these benefits, critics argue that the use of free ports encourages tax evasion and robs the public of the opportunity to experience these works of art. They call for more transparency and regulation to ensure that these treasures do not remain hidden forever. However, as long as these incentives remain, it's likely that collectors will continue to use free ports to store their most prized possessions. After all, In the high-stakes world of art, discretion, security, and financial advantage are paramount. The reasons for using free ports are as varied as the artworks they contain. So, what can we conclude from this deep dive into the world of unknown tax havens and the art market? We've unraveled the intricate network of tax-free storage facilities or free ports that have become the secret vaults for the super-rich. These high-security warehouses, from Singapore to Luxembourg via Switzerland, house a treasure trove of precious goods, from works of art and luxury cars to vintage wines. These free ports, originally seen as temporary transit zones, have become permanent homes for these valuable goods. The system is incredibly advantageous for the super-rich, allowing them to remain anonymous and avoid customs duties and VAT. But this convenience comes at a cost. It encourages tax evasion, parallel trade, and non-transparent transactions. We've seen how the art market in particular has become intertwined with this system. The disappearance of artworks into these vaults, far from public view, has become a common occurrence. Iconic masterpieces like Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi vanish into these free ports, potentially never to be seen again by the public. The motives behind storing art in these free ports are varied. For some, it's a way to protect their valuable assets in a volatile world. For others, it's a method to increase the value of their artworks. A painting hidden away for 20, 30 years acquires a certain mystique, a lure that can drive up its price significantly. So, the world of unknown tax havens is not just about tax evasion or storing wealth. It's also about controlling the art market, influencing its trends and prices. It's about turning art, a public good, into a private asset. While the allure of these secret storages is clear for the super-rich, the implications for the rest of us are far less certain. We are left to ponder on the fate of these priceless artworks, hidden away in free ports, and the broader implications of this system on our society.